Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. Welcome back if you are returning. Today's video is just to show everything that I've worked on so far this week. So it's my weekly wrap-up video. Do apologize that I haven't posted anything since Tuesday. I don't really feel that well. Starting to feel a little bit better today, but I was going to post a Wednesday Works video, but I actually didn't even crochet on Wednesday, I don't think. It was a pretty busy day. I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, and it was over an hour away, so by the time we got home, it was noon. I had a headache. I laid down, took a nap. By the time I woke up, kids got off the bus, and then me and my kids all took turns watching a movie we wanted to watch. So I actually didn't really crochet anything on Wednesday, and then it was Thursday night when I started not feeling well. And I don't know if you can still hear it in my voice, but I'm still a little bit congested, so hopefully it's starting to go away because I feel better than I did yesterday. Yesterday was pretty bad, but I don't have much to show this week. I only worked on 2 projects. I didn't finish anything this week. Well, technically I did. I have one finished object, but it's not a crochet item, but it is a crochet related item. So I am going to show you guys that. But as far as crochet goes, I only worked on 2 projects and neither are finished, and actually both are new projects. So I will go ahead and show you those first. Let me see. The first thing I worked on was the Stylus top. I have no clue if I'm saying that correctly. That is how you say it, though. This is a paid-for pattern on Etsy by Mama Cass Crochet. I will make sure I link her Etsy down below. Here's all of her information too if you're interested. But I will link the Etsy down below. I believe the pattern was $6.25. I could be completely wrong. But I actually thought it was kind of funny because I had been looking for and kind of making a pattern very similar to this because I have a long spaghetti strap dress that I like to wear, and I would want to wear it to work if I went into the office, and we aren't allowed to have spaghetti straps in the office. I think our rule is like 1 inch wide straps. So to be able to wear the dress, I would have to have something covering my shoulders. So I was thinking about some kind of like long sleeve crop top shirt, and I was actually going to design something, but this pattern just got released this past Thursday, but it kept popping up on my Instagram for the testers who worked on it. And I kept seeing it, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. So as soon as it really got released on Thursday, I bought it and started working on it. And it is made very uniquely, at least in my opinion. I would have never thought to make something like this. The sleeves and the chest part are all one piece. So you make from wrist to wrist all one panel, and then you make another panel, and then you just sew across the top and across the bottom for the sleeves. So I didn't realize that, and it doesn't explain it in the pattern. So when I made the first chain, I thought it would just be the waist like you normally do, where you make the body of it and then the sleeves separate. And I was like, if I have to make 2 of these, why can I wrap this around myself completely and then some? And then I realized that it had the sleeves included. So I do have one panel done. I don't know if I just said that. I feel like I did, but I don't remember, so I'm saying it again. And here it is. So I am using Hobby Lobby Sugar Wheel Cotton for this. I believe this is just gray, and this is just teal. I did make a few mistakes on this, and I will say it's probably because I was working on it while I was working, and also the fact that I didn't really feel too good when I started it. For some reason, I thought I would have plenty teal to make the whole entire thing. I only have 2 cakes. I don't know why I thought I'd have enough, because this right here, and actually I started the second panel and I have about 4 rows of this part done, so the foundation chain and 4 rows, and I already used an entire cake of the teal. So I don't know why I thought that, so that's why I added the gray in, but I actually really like it with the gray. Also, for the size I'm making, which I made between an extra large and a 2X, because the sizes as far as the directions don't really differ too much. The chain is the same, it's just row wise, an extra large is 23 rows, and then the 2X is 25 rows. So I am going with the extra large directions, and it said to foundation chain 145. There's my foundation chain right down there, and I don't know how I messed it up, because I was placing a stitch marker every 10 stitches because I was working while doing it, so I knew I wasn't really paying full attention. And then I recounted it even when I was done, because we happened to go on break right when I finished the chain, and I swear it was 145. And then when I finished the panel and recounted it, I had 166. So it is incredibly long. I mean, I could probably go way back and you still really can't even see the end of it, but it goes about 3 inches past my fingers on each side if I held it in the middle. Also, it calls for an H hook in the pattern, and for some reason I picked up an I hook, and it wasn't until I was like halfway through this pattern that I realized it, and those two things together are the reason why it is super long. But I have an idea to kind of make cuffs, so these will be the sleeve part. So I'm thinking just figure out how many stitches extra I have on each side and just fold it over and sew it up and kind of have a little cuff to the sleeve. I think that will look good, and it will look a little bit more finished if I do that. So there's the first panel. I have the second panel started somewhere over with my yarn stuff, but like I said, I had only gotten like 4 rows of the teal and the foundation chain done. I ran out of the teal and it was pretty late at night. I didn't feel like getting up to get another one, so I just stopped working on it. So there is that. The second thing I am working on, I gotta find the pattern for. I have both the patterns stuck together, so I gotta find the start of it. Nope. One second. There it is. I started this for a few different reasons. One, because I saw the yarn, the colorway of the yarn. I've seen the yarn before, but this specific colorway I hadn't seen. Erin from Crafting Kitty had showed it in her recent haul, and as soon as I saw it, I knew I needed it, and I also knew exactly what I wanted to make for it. So that is one of the reasons why I started this. The second one is I'm actually going to film a yarn review for this yarn too, because it is a newer yarn that came out, and this is my first time using it. So this is the pattern that I am making. It is the Wild Oleander Hooded Scarf by Wickedly Handmade. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this. A lot of people have made this pattern previously. I've actually made it a few times before. This is also a paid for pattern on Ravelry, so I will link it down below, and I pulled it up this morning to send a link to my friend for it because she wants to make it. I believe it was $5.25. So there is that, and I am using the new Facets yarn by Loops and Thread at Michael's in the colorway Juniper. So I've used a lot of this one, but you can still kind of see all the colors that are in it. So it's got this bright purple, the bright green, more muted purple, more muted greens in it. And I'm not going to talk too much about the yarn itself because I am going to film a yarn review for it, but this is what I've gotten done so far. So I have gotten the whole like scarf part of it done, and I just started on the hood of it last night. So it will go like that, and then I'll get the hood done. I'm going to work on this quite a bit today, just because I'm really enjoying working on it. I love this pattern, and I am going to use this one specifically for a picture from my Etsy to sell them too lost my whole train of thought. I'm going to sell these on my Etsy. This one is going to be mine because I can't give up this colorway. But I am going to use this as an example. And I did post a picture on my personal Facebook of me wearing it just like I showed you guys at the same part I was on, just as I just showed you. And like 4 people right off the bat asked if they could have one. My cousin actually wants this one and I told her no. But she is going to Michael's today to buy the yarn. So I told her that I would make her one, and then my mom wants it in the same color too. So I'll have to tell her that she'll have to buy the yarn too, or give me the money to go buy the yarn because this one's mine. But this colorway is absolutely my jam. My favorite colors are greens and purples. I have always loved them, and I love them together. Actually, when I was younger, I'd say probably like 18 or 19, I bought a spaghetti strap tank top that was purple, and I had a green cami that I would wear over it, and everybody thought I was weird mixing purple and green together, but I'm like, it's pretty, I love it. And now, you know, everybody that made fun of me for it can, you know, look at this yarn and see that I wasn't crazy, that they do go together. So I am really, really enjoying working on that. I can't wait to get more done today, at least for, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to have that in the camera, but at least for a little bit, because I do want to work on my mandala blanket too for Mandala Tuesday, because I haven't touched it since last Tuesday, so I want to get something done on it today too. So that is all I have crochet related. I do want to talk to you about these patterns really quick because the way I print things, a lot of people don't know about, and for anybody who likes to have printed copies of their patterns, this might be something you want to look into. So I have an HP printer. It's actually right there. I did have it on my desk that I'm sitting at, but I moved it because a reason that I'll tell you in a minute. But with that HP printer, I got it at Walmart about a year ago. It is wireless Bluetooth printer. It connects to anything that has Bluetooth, and it was probably, I want to say $29.99 up to $35, somewhere in there. So not bad at all. But with the HP, and this goes for any newer HP printer, it comes with, well, it doesn't come with, but they have a service you can get called HP Smart, where you pay per month for a certain amount of pages. And you can go anywhere from like $1.99 for 10 pages all the way up to like $50 for 1,000 pages a month. I have mine at $3.99 a month for 50 pages. The pages do roll over, so there are some months I don't touch my printer at all. I really only print out the patterns when I'm working on them. I do have a whole binder filled with patterns, but I try not to print them until I actually need them. So there's some months I don't touch my printer. There's some months that I'll use that whole 50. I know as of right now, I think I had like 1,500 like extra pages on top of my 50. But with that, you also get free ink anytime you get low on ink. So I pay $3.99 a month for 50 pages that roll over. But as soon as my ink gets low, they send me new ink. I don't have to request it or anything. As long as you use the HP Smart app, it does monitor your printer, and as soon as one of the inks, whether it's color or black, gets low, they ship out new ink. And they do it at a good point. Like, I've had the printer for a while now. Like I said, I don't know if my son has pants on, so that's why I think he does, but I'm not sure, so just to be safe. I've had my printer for probably about a year now, and I've never run out of ink because they send it to you when you're low. I guess if you're printing like consistently, you might have a time where you run out, but I've never ran out. And if you think about $3.99 a month, what is that, $48 a year is less than or maybe a little bit more than replacing the ink once. And in the year that I've had it, I think I've replaced the ink 4 times. $44, I think I said right? No, $48 for 4 replacements of ink, and I think my black's getting a little low, so I'll probably get even another replacement by the end of the year. So 5 times I've replaced the ink at $48. I think that's a really good deal. So anybody who likes to have the physical printed pattern might want to look into it, because I don't regret it at all. Even the months that I don't use the printer, when you think about it in the long run, that $48 a year is definitely saving me in ink. And they also do send both black and colored anytime either get low. I don't think I've ever actually had my color get low. It's usually just my black, but then they send both when it gets low. So I always just replace them both at the same time. But if you don't, I guess if you're like me, you could have a bunch of colored ink sitting around too. So that, just a tip for everybody. If you're interested, it might be a good investment to check out, especially if you like the physical printed pattern. And the last thing I want to show you guys is the item that is not crocheted but crochet related, and also the reason why the printer is not on my desk anymore. So I couldn't wait for Christmas, and I went out and bought myself a sewing machine. And I got it yesterday, so I was playing around last night, and I actually made myself a little notions pouch. So it is definitely not perfect at all. Then I got a different color inside. I got my stuff in there already. It's crooked. The zipper's not on straight. But honestly, for my first time sewing in probably like 20 years, I think it came out really, really good. I didn't really follow a pattern on it at all. I watched a few video tutorials and kind of got the gist of it and just went with it once I got it. And I love it. I mean, again, it's not perfect, but I made it and I love it. I did try to make another one this morning, but I really royally messed up on that one. So I'll probably work on a few today when I'm not crocheting. But the one I made earlier, I wanted smaller because I personally like the smaller notions bags, because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of extra room in here that doesn't need to be. I just have, for some reason, 3 pairs of scissors in here, 2 hooks that I was working on, and my darting needles, and that's usually what I carry around. So I wanted one that's kind of like half size of this. Here, that like that. And I had it completely made. Everything was good. There was a few things that I messed up on that I could have done better on. And I sewed it from the outside instead of from the inside. And I messed up something on the zipper. So I was gonna take the zipper off and just kind of remake it, but I couldn't get the zipper off, and eventually was like, you know what, it was just $1 the zipper can go to. But it was also too small. Like, by the time I was done with it, this way was too small, and I couldn't even fit my hook in there. So I scrapped that. I'm gonna do it again, but I did go back to Walmart this morning and get a few more supplies, because all I got yesterday was the sewing machine, some fabric, a zipper, and some scissors. So last night I was watching some tutorials and stuff, and I learned about fusible interfacing. I bought like one of these ruler thingies. I bought a self-healing cutting board. I bought an iron because I don't ever iron my clothes, so I didn't have one, but so I could put on the self-fusing interface, whatever it's called. So I do plan on making some more, and I got some, oh, kitty. I got some Halloween fabric too that I want to make another notion pouch like I was just explaining, and I want to make some project bags, and I want to practice some box bottoms bags too. And if anybody's interested, I'm sure after a while, once I get used to the sewing machine and making everything look good, Again, not perfect. It's definitely crooked, but once I get better at it all, I'll probably, you know, have a bunch laying around that I will probably throw into my Etsy shop. So if that time comes, I will definitely let anybody know. If you're interested in project bags or Notion pouches or stuff, I will probably have them eventually up on Etsy for anybody who wants them. And if I can turn you guys, sorry about the mess. Oh, there's my ferrets. They're sleeping. There is my sewing machine. So it was pretty inexpensive, in my opinion. I guess I'm not really that familiar with sewing machines, but it was $85 at Walmart. If you buy it in store, it's $100, but for some reason it was only $85 online, so I purchased it online and went to pick it up in the store. I just realized there's a thread cutter on the side of it. I've been using my scissors, so that's cool. Definitely learning little things about it the more I use it. But it was $85, which I didn't think was bad. And so far, I mean, again, I'm not really familiar with sewing machines. The last time I used one was in high school, and or no, I don't even think it was high school. I think it was middle school in home ec. So for me, it's perfect. It does what I need it to do. I don't know what else I would need it to do. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to getting better and making some bags and everything. So that is everything I have for you guys today. Like I said, I will be posting a yarn review video for the facet yarn that I'm making the hooded scarf out of. So look for that tomorrow. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a great day. If you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.